What's up, my people? It's your boy, Black Innovator, coming at you again with another innovative video. Thank you for tuning in with me today. If you like what I'm putting out, please subscribe and like it so it can help get the word out about the message that I'm putting out. Today, I'm talking about Christianity and what we've always been taught, and what I've always been taught, more or less, is that it's all about Christ. It's all about Christ. Everything that deals with Christianity is about Christ. That's the end all be all. And we are to focus primarily all our energy and effort on Christ. Well, I want to come from a different perspective today. I want to come from a unique angle, a very unique angle, because just think about it for a second. Christ has came and accomplished everything he intended, he set out to accomplish. And now he's sitting on the right-hand side of the Father, as Colossians 3:1 says, "If ye then be risen with Christ, seek those things which are above, where Christ sitteth on the right hand of God." So Christ has came, finished his assignment, and now he's in a place of rest. That when they're talking about sitting, it means he's in a place of rest, and his works is finished. That's why on the cross he said, "It is finished." I want to come from a different angle today, and maybe just kind of, kind of stir the pot a little bit, if you will, if I could. If it's all about Christ, if everything was about Christ, what was the sacrifice for? What did he die? Who did he die for? I want us to take a different perspective and understand that it's a bigger picture than just being all about Christ. Because Christ, everything he did was about us. So if we kind of deny the aspect of why God allowed his son to die on the cross for our sins, it's kind of negating the whole point of the sacrifice to begin with. Not only that, if we look at the world, right? Just think about it. Christ is in heaven, right? He's with the Father. But yet the world continued to exist. It was created and built, the universe, for us. So God had to be thinking about us in order for his entire plan to be fulfilled. We all know the famous passage of John 3:16. Say, "God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth on him shall not perish, but have everlasting life." This confirms that everything Christ did was for us. So I want us to broaden our perspective, because without us, there is no point of salvation. Without us, there is no reason to continue on, and God's plan of salvation is pretty much null and void. John 15:12 says, "This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you." Verse 13, "Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends." Verse 14, "Ye are my friends, and ye do whatsoever I command." Christ was telling us in this passage that we are to also focus and broaden our perspective to include each other. We are to lay down our life for one another. Not in the physical sense like he did and actually died, but nonetheless, we are to lay down our perspective, lay down our agenda, lay down what we think is right, and minister and preach and carry out the gospel to those around us that they might be saved. So this is what this passage means, laying down our life. Christ already died, so we don't have to die physically, but we're to die in a spiritual sense, to lay down our life to include the salvation of others. Christ thought so much and put such an emphasis on us broadening our perspective to not just focus on him, but each other, that in Matthew 22:36, he talks about the great commandment, right? The person asked him a question, and this was his response. He said, "Master, which is the great commandment in the law?" Jesus said, "To love thy Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and all thy mind. This is the first commandment," right? Well, let's go back to his follow-up. After that, he said, This is the first commandment, but the second commandment is like unto it. Thou shalt love who? Thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law of the prophets. So what Jesus was basically saying, loving God, yeah, that's the first commandment. But the second commandment is loving thy neighbor. And on these two commandments, every other commandment is hinged upon. And if we need any further evidence that Jesus commanded us to focus on each other and not just him, we have Matthew 25. Let's start at verse 35. For I was an hungered, right? And you gave me meat, and I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. Naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and ye visited me. I was in prison, and he came unto me. Then shall the righteous answer him and said, Lord, when saw thee hungered and fed thee, or thirst and gave thee drink? And we saw thee as a stranger and took thee in, or naked, and he clothed me. Or when we saw thee sick or in prison and came unto thee. See, they knew Jesus, was never in none of these situations. They was like, Lord, when did we see you in these situations and had done all these things unto you? And he said, the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, insomuch as ye have done it unto the least one of these, my brethren, have ye done it also to me, right? So this is once again another example of Jesus commanding us to broaden our perspective, not to just focus on him, but to include each other. So there you have it. That's your tailored word for the day. If you like what I'm putting out, please subscribe and like and share this video. It's much needed. I need you to share and grow this platform. We look forward to bringing fresh content to you on a regular basis. Until then, God bless.